How you guys doing? Welcome back. Today is August 3rd. It's a Tuesday, 2021. Welcome to the SWINGCAST episode 130. I don't know yet. Let's get into it. So if you're new, I have about 8 good stocks today. 8. I'm good at math. 8 good stocks today we're going to talk about that I think are great values or overbought that you can short. Either one. I'm going to show you technical analysis. We have supports, resistance, trend lines, patterns, EMA lines, volume profile, RSI, stochastic, and the vortex indicator. Those 9 things make up my TA. The 10th being love. Hi. So if you are new, may I suggest, before you give me a sub or a comment or any of that kind of bell notification, watch the whole episode start to back, right? Front to back, the whole thing. You know, watch the whole episode, 15-20 minutes, see if you like it. If you dislike the charting, great. If you like my dumb jokes, great. If you like the dumb comedy, great. But if you don't like it, don't gotta subscribe. But if you do, make sure you subscribe, watch the whole episode. If you enjoy this content enough for the 300, 400, 500 of you who watch back-to-back every single day, the Discord's still available. You can join now, scot-free. You'll not be charged until September 1st, whatever month it is. And you'll be good to go. Newsletters, all that kind of good stuff. Check it out, no problem at all. Lastly, it's really important to mention as well that if you enjoy my content, go support other people. I think it's great to go share the wealth. It's not supposed to be exclusionary or competitive. Learn what you got to learn, support what you want to support. It's all good. With that being said, 8 tickers today. I don't want to waste too much time. Let's get into it. So first is CIDM, but Evan, it's not a value. Well, we're going to short this one. I think CIDM is a great option for a short. It's very volatile. There's not really a support anywhere until about 146, if not the POC. If you want to know what my charting looks like, the white line here is support. This orange line is resistance. Our trend lines are going to be golden and orange. We'll see in the next one, I believe. And then our volume profile. These 2 dotted lines in between here is where 70% of the volume happens. And then this is the highest volume node called the POC. I am not going to talk about volume profile right now. I have a 20-minute video right here. Bada boom. Check it out. It'll help you out with your charting immensely. It helps with volume. It's a fantastic tool. Check out that video. CIDM is already starting to come down after hours, which I assume is going to happen. It's coming down hard. Again, I don't see much of a support area until maybe like the POC or 140. Easy 10% short here even then. It keeps coming down. If you get a full short, it's going to be a really beautiful play. Make sure you have a buy limit somewhere around like 163, maybe like 177 if you're super confident. Do your diligence. But for a shorting option, tomorrow's bloody. This could be a great one for you. Let's check the indicators. What's super cool about this channel, besides me, all these dorks out here wearing suit jackets and stuff, they're faking. They ain't about that life, right? Liar. I dress how I dress. I'm a real person. What's cool is I don't actually scan with indicators on. I only scan for price action and go through over 3,000 tickers on most big red days. I don't have VWAP on. I don't have RSI under 30 on. I don't even have EMA crossovers on. Nothing. So what you're going to see now is me seeing this for the first time live with you. You can see how I work through them. What I see, it's great stuff. So CIDM, we're going to look for a 50 break under this resistance. That can be your go. See how there's a support? This is going to be your go signal. If it breaks beneath this, I think it's going to be a great shorting opportunity. The 200 may be where it shows some life, right? Maybe 6% at most here. But if we do break the 50 and go down hard, that's a great sign. Watch that for that crossover to go down. When it comes to RSI, it's fair. Again, a day or two ago would have been absolutely perfect. But again, you can't think in, 2020 vision all the time. It pulling back here is just fine. Stochastic, it's okay. And of course, bulls are losing, bears are winning. CIDM, I like, ooh, hold on, look at this. I just noticed this while I was talking. Look at this. Sorry. Ooh, that's a bearish divergence if I've ever seen one. Ooh, that makes it even better. CIDM, I like the divergence a lot. It's a good eye. I also like how it's coming down hard. It breaks at 50. I do an indicator, maybe like an alert, like crosses the 50, let me know. It crosses that, go in. If it goes back over the 50, I would get out. But CIDM, good for a short. I check it out. Next is CMPS, compass, or as I call it, compass. Sick joke. So CMPS is definitely in a descending triangle formation, if not just a horizontal channel. I mean, one could easily argue that your macro resistance is right here. And of course, it's making big moves at 21% back and forth fairly easily. That's a fine argument to have. The POC is going to be the first major resistance. I mean, this is a pretty idiot-proof setup. You come down towards 32.75. You look to buy in down here. You're going to risk, what, 2 or 3% at most. If it really tanks on you, that's fine. Even on the 10-year, you'll see it's only been a newer IPO, right? It's just started recently. So again, this is where it bounces off plenty. I don't love newer IPOs for that reason, but when they are this consistent, I do like it a lot. Easy risk versus reward play. A full move here, again, hopefully gets you 18. At worst, 15. You're risking 2 or 3. Makes sense for me. Let's check the indicators. So they're newer. They're going to be much more volatile, especially the 200 compared to a lot of stocks. We can see that the 200 is going to be somewhat of resistance, not really. And neither is the 50. The 50 is much more important for this kind of play because it's a little bit newer. This is much more strong. Folks are kind of going off short time frames for this play. The 50 may be a good resistance. You can see, though, these beautiful run-ups over the 10. I mean, every time it gets over the 10, it has pretty clean run-ups. I mean, it has some pretty good ones. So once we cross over the 10 EMA line over here, once we cross that over, it could be a good play to go long on that if you like some form of confirmation. RSI is exactly where you want it. Stochastic, exactly where you want it. It's low. Bulls low, bears high. Now, the indicators will be kind of screwy because it's a newer IPO, not as much data to go off of. But again, that's still a really good sign. CMPS, good value play. If you like support plays and simplicity, that one's going to be for you. I'd watch list it. Next is DS, Drive Shack. So this is a really easy support play as well. Again, since December, the Cambre, it hasn't gone any lower. The last 231 days, it's not gone lower than about, it's $2. It really wicked down, but it came right back to 223. The 225 spot will be your perfect entry. If it comes down hard because of earnings, it tanks like it does over here, and it does over here. If it starts to tank on us, not a bad thing. You can wait 6 days for this, right? You can wait. Be patient, young Padawan. If this does start to tank from earnings, we get down to the 210s, 211s, that'll be great, but even then, 225 will be a great entry. Even then, we're going to be here for a while probably. I mean, the POC play, 22 days here, 11 days, 21 days, 12 days or so. We've been down here only about 10. We got some time to let this bad boy marinate. Do your due diligence. Do your DD on DS. And then you can see what's up with it. Let's check the indicators. So we can see it was using the 200 as a great support. Support, bork, and then it started acting as a resistance. So out here, it will be a resistance. The 50 is a clear resistance. See how it's getting close and hitting off it? If we do get a crossover and hold, that's going to be a fantastic go signal. If you enjoy crossovers, that's becoming more realistic as time goes on. As this see how this consolidates? It consolidates sideways for like 25 days, and then boom, it crosses over. See ya. That's a properly stacked play right there. Price 10, 50, 200. You get over that going, you'll be good to go. And right here, as the price comes down, the 50, and this 200 comes down in a few weeks, that proper stack may happen again, just like over here. RSI, it's low. Great. Stochastic is low. No real divergence. Again, lower highs. That's good. No bearish. Bullish, it's eh. And again, it's consolidating. We're going sideways. DS's play is going to be one that you want to get in early and then hope for volatility. I'm not guaranteeing volume or volatility. I'm just saying that most big run-ups on that chart in particular were precursored by consolidation. We have that. We'll see what it does. Great value play. Easy to read for beginners. I like DS a lot. Next is MGM. This was a great uptrend for a long time. Look at that. Oh my goodness. It was beautiful. Nice wedge. And then it said, F you, I'm dying. So that's fine. Again, there's probably some form of descending wedge somewhere in here, but I don't want to, be out here all day like, oh, I think it's going to come from here. We don't have the data yet. But this is still a fantastic support play since February. Hasn't broken down farther. It's kind of like a diamond top reversal, which a lot of folks who are amateurs like to look for. This is a pretty simple one to look for. I mean, it's kind of making that right here. Hopefully it's going to hold after hours again, showing some life. We have earnings coming, so again, do your due diligence. Let's go back. Earnings. Oh, it ran up to it. Earnings. Oh, it ran up to it. Earnings. Please run up to it, MGM, please. Let's go. So we'll see what it does here, but this is a fantastic value. Of course, towards 36 is the best play, but even here, if we break this resistance trend line, that's, tumultuous. It's not real. It's not really perfectly lined out. We get over here, we should be good. Let's check these indicators out real quick. The 200 was my go signal on MGM months ago. Now it's going to be a resistance. Same with the 50. See this? Oh, TA is not real. Only idiots use technical analysis. Yeah, only idiots have piercings and tattoos also. Haha. Got them. Wait, just kidding. So at 50 EMA line is going to be your go signal for sure. You break above that, you can go long and have a good old day and a nice run up probably. RSI was, when I looked at this morning, at 29. Now it's up to 40. 46, not bad, but I think it could be lower. Stochastic's definitely where you want it, low. Again, lower highs. We have lower highs, so it's no bearish. That's good. And of course, when it comes to bullish, it's kind of meh. It's really mixed here, but again, -4 is a great deal. Bulls low, bears high. MGM is right where you want it, minus $1 or $2. That pulls back tomorrow. If we get a red day tomorrow, that hits that low 30 spot. MGM, watch listed. I would like to see it down there. Great value play at that point. MTN, you're like, this is a really fat trend line. Well, it's only 1.6%, so we don't know off the bat. Look at the numbers on the side here. We're not going to be writing checks for the whole family here, right? We make a big move. You're not going to be on Twitter aping it up here or anything. You're not going to be having a short squeeze big gains here. But this is a super easy read. Even on the 1 year chart, it just goes higher. Now, of course, it broke the long-term trend, but this gap, what I'm looking at, it's holding just fine here. That's beautiful. Again, it's a very low risk play. I wanted to get in. This looks like a wedge is forming here. I wanted to get in at 295. Let this bad boy come down 1.6%. Get right in this little Bermuda Triangle looking spot. Good zoom in, idiot. This little Bermuda Triangle, this little spot right here, this whole area. We get in there. That's going to be a great convergence spot. MTN, POC's higher, pulling us up there. Long-term wedge seems to be forming up, or a descending triangle seems to be forming. I like it a lot. Let's check the indicators. I'm running out of breath the older I get. MTN below the 200 is a great value. It breaks it often. Gets close, comes back. Breaks it, comes back. Broke it, come back. Breaks it. Now we're improperly stacked. Again, price 10, 5200. Not the best for the big run-up. See how over here when it gets kind of mucky and stuff. Not the best, but again, you have a fine value over here. The RSI doubles that, saying yes, it's a good value. Stochastic, again, no divergence quite yet. I mean, you could argue, I wouldn't, that this is good clicking, moron. But we can see this is definitely close to being a divergence. It's not really big at all. The big thing is there's no bearish ones. Bulls low, so again, bulls are waiting to buy in. Bears are high and overbought. That's good. MTN, some great looking stuff. I want it lower. And you may be like, it's only 1.65%, dude. But when you're only making 8%, that's almost like 16% what you can make possibly. So again, having that pullback will be good. Watch it for another red day. MTN dips. I look to buy in for a good long-term hold there. Next is Surf. If you've been here for a while, like we're talking the November, December, I first started this channel days, Surf was a babe. It was this in PSNL, in UPSD, and these have all broken down. But Surf here, Surf, as we can see, is making a massive descending wedge. It's not perfect, okay? It's not perfect. You can come over here and even say, well, look at this. This was a wedge like that. Now it's breaking out short. But this trend line, these look great. The POC, the average price is $9 as been selling at. Let's go to the 10 year. Oh, what's this? Oh, this is a historic support, resistance. Oh, resistance. Oh, became a support. This area at the $5 range, here at $5 is a massive support area. This is what we're looking for. I want this to bounce, break out. You can hold this for months and have a good old time. Yeah, it's not. I don't like buying dying plays when the markets are going higher, but Surf, a lot of hedge funds are buying it for a reason. I want to buy it for a reason. It's a great setup for what we're looking at for a nice wedge breakout. Let's check out these indicators real quick. We can see the 50 is going to be your massive go signal. I mean, when you break the 50, look at when you break the 50, you get properly stacked. PSN, this thing prints 69%. Oh, that's a good number right there. 54%. Oh, proper stack. 12% trading on one day. When you get properly stacked, Surf's going to print. We have value here. Earnings is coming. This is going to be a massive mover. If it does break the 50, you're going to be golden, especially cross over the 200. You're going to be in for a great old time there. RSI, you want it maybe 5 pips, 6 pips lower, but this is just fine. Stochastic, again, no bearish. It all lines up. Bullish, I mean, it's consolidating. All right, we have higher lows. We can see it's kind of matching out. That's not bad. Bulls low, bears high. Surf, let me get that bad boy at 550. If that comes down to 550, 560, I would be confident in the value. I would know that the 10-year support's there. We break that, I just cut it and get in lower. Not too bad, Surf. Watch this for sure. Next is VCEL. I may be mistaken. I've watched this play for a while. VCEL does have an FDA approval coming up soon. Do your research on that. It should be in the next few days. It may be tied to this earning date here. Earnings, run up and then it died. Earnings, run up and then it died. So again, this has a chance, if it does the opposite and runs up after earnings, to have a good old time. I mean, here's earnings and it ran up just after it. Here's earnings, ran up after it. So this may pull back, right? We may get a nice pullback to 39, 40. If you get in at $40 over here, you're going to be living the dream. But this does show some life tomorrow. This ascending triangle that we're seeing, I mean, this is like a broadening wedge kind of looking here. But if we can break out of this resistance over 55.60, we break out over this, it's going to be a good old time. VCEL, do your research. It is a FDA approval play. Let's check the indicators. We can see clearly that the 200 sucks. So here's why it's not showing any life. The 50s are resistance and the 200s are resistance when it's above you. And we can see it's just holding us down. Again, all three EMA lines are right here, right for the picking. If VCEL gets any type of green volume, crosses all those, you'll be properly stacked quickly. And when that happens, you get run up, and a nice run up. So again, that could be a great sign for us if it lives through earnings. If not, it's going to be a shit show. RSI, low right where you want it. Great. We have nice looking stochastic. Again, it's not any bullish or bearish. That checks out. That checks out. Flat, cool. But again, a good deal nonetheless. Bulls low, bears high, but it is consolidating. See how the greens are coming up and how the reds are coming like this? See how it's consolidating just like this? That means a big move is coming. I didn't say big move up. I said a big move. It could easily tank. It could easily take off. We have no idea. But VCEL here is a really good deal. I would check it out and watch list it. Last and not least is YELP. I mean, YELP Inc. This is well known. I mean, all your Karens be on this bad boy talking about the servers. You know, ooh, my food was cold. Durr. YELP, right? If you're on YELP often, you're being a jerk. I hate you. You're an idiot. But YELP is a good value here. An easy support play. Yes, we have lower highs. Okay, but yes, we do have in fact some little baby higher lows. I mean, we'll see what the next swing does. But I mean, you can get in YELP $35, $35.30, anywhere down here. It's going to be a great purchase. I mean, I want to see what it's going to do with earnings. Again, earnings historically died into it. Earnings ran up to it, then died. So again, it's going to be volatile either way of what we're going to see. But again, this is a nice spot. Again, 36.50 is high. I think $1 less is probably going to be just fine for this kind of buy-in. YELP, easy support play. Let's check out the indicators. So we had those great runs where everyone was printing money. And now we're going sideways. See the trend line here? Up, up, and mediocre. So again, this is showing that we're going to put more emphasis into the horizontal plays than any kind of ascending play. And of course, YELP is showing us horizontal play action here. Again, this is improperly stacked. You do have great value, but again, to break all this and make a full move will be hard to do. RSI, it's low. Great. Stochastic is an obvious divergence if it holds. Keyword, if it holds. Right? You have that. Higher low, lower low, great. Bulls low, bears high. YELP, I'm sure in 10 years it's going to be great unless some other conglomerate comes around and makes a restaurant reviewer and takes them out of business, but YELP should be fine in the long run. Watch list it. I like it a lot. Let's see what it does tomorrow. Hopefully it pulls back to 35 and some change and we can go in there. So there you guys have it. We have 8 tickers you probably not looked at in a really long time covered today. Of course, if you enjoyed GameStop, AMC, play them. You like Tesla? I called Tesla 3 weeks ago. You're welcome. But again, if you want to have early access and you want to get in before the big moves, this is the kind of stuff I would like to look at and I like to show. And of course, hopefully you guys can take what I do, put it in your own charts, and do better with it. Otherwise, if you stay for the whole episode, I appreciate you. A good day to you, and we'll see you guys next time. Have a good rest of your Tuesday. We'll see you guys tomorrow for another watch list. Thanks.